Time now for Restoring the Soul of Healthcare from the Help Care Clinic in Austin.
Yes, it's the first Thursday of the month. We get together with the Help Care Clinic, visit about some of the great things that they are doing. And I should emphasize the word great because Lee Aase is here in person. And you talked to me about what we're going to talk about here today. I'm like, this is really cool. You guys just keep finding more and more ways to make this accessible for everybody in different forms. So I'll let you explain what this is.
Yeah, well, thanks, John. It's great to be with you and be with you in person to talk about this. We're excited about an event that we're going to be holding over in Rochester on June 5th. It's called Save Your Health Plan. And it's a bigger and grander, I guess, version of something we did in Austin, sponsored by the Austin Area Chamber of Commerce last September. Mm-hmm. But this time we're bringing in an outside speaker. His name is Matt Ort, and he's from a company called Self-Fund Health. But before he was with Self-Fund Health, he was the HR, executive for a company called Merrill Steel in Wisconsin. That is the company that did all the steel for the U.S. Bank Stadium and for the Oakland Raiders Stadium and for several others like that. It's in several generations of family ownership. Sure. And they, their health plan, their third biggest expense was health insurance. Steel, labor, health insurance. Yeah. And the health insurance was going up by double digits every year. And the owners were trying to shield the employees from that. They were just absorbing the increases, but they finally came to Matt and said, we just can't do this anymore. We got to figure out something. And so he kind of took their plan apart, their health plan apart, and the different elements of it and put it back together with better pieces, the foundation of which was direct primary care, which is what Help Care Clinic is. Mm-hmm. So he's got experience with this. And anyway, over their 5-year journey, they saved $5.5 million on their health insurance premiums. Their premiums were flat for 7 straight years. I think that's so far. Because he's gone on to something else. But he set in place a good thing there. The employees saved $1.7 million on their copays. And so just on what their costs, and also they got things like premium holidays when they had extra money left over at the end of the year. Imagine that in healthcare, yeah. Extra money at the end of the year. They said, well, we don't have to charge you this month's premium. So it's a nice Christmas bonus. Sure. So they did some things like that. And anyway, he's somebody that I've made connections with. I actually met him in person at the Free Market Medical Association meeting in Oklahoma City last month and invited him to come over. He was willing to do that because right now his company, Self-Fund Health, is in Wisconsin, but they're looking to come into Iowa and Minnesota as well. And they have, he's essentially what he's trying to do is replicate and make it easier for companies to replicate what they've done, what they did with Merrill Steel, and get the same kind of results. So we've got space at the Rochester Area Chamber of Commerce in their conference room. So it's about 35 spots. So this is not going to be a big, lots of people event. But what we're looking for is HR executives and leaders, CEOs, just small business owners. Any employer with 10 or more employees is going to have a significant opportunity to save, just as we've seen happen with some of our initial examples here in Austin, where as a result of that event that we had in September, Southwest Sales, MedGarden Southwest Sales, developed a plan like this with our other partner in this event, which is Northrisk Partners. So they developed a similar kind of thing, and they're saving 20% on their premiums this year compared to what they were going to be. So it's a chance for us to bring this, actually with some external credibility of somebody who's done this a lot of times and has helped others to do this, to say that if you're 10 or more employees, up to 5,000, like it could be any size organization. There are opportunities to have significant savings.
Well, especially he can say and show and demonstrate that it works at multi-levels. Like you said, small business, medium, larger businesses, there are ways to make this work.
Yeah, exactly. There are some common principles, and what Matt would say is that he won't do any plan that doesn't have direct primary care as the foundation or as the cornerstone, because that's really what sets up for better utilization of the healthcare system altogether. And so he's a big believer in the kind of thing that we're doing. And there are something like 180 practices, direct primary care practices in Wisconsin. Not as many in Minnesota. There's some more towards the Twin Cities, but we're kind of south of Northfield, I guess.
Right.
And so we're glad to be able in this area to be able to have partners like this that can help us meet not just the day-to-day kind of care needs that we do, but to say how can we make this part of a bigger package that covers the catastrophic issues and surgery and specialty care, things that we don't have the ability to do.
Well, especially to take it from, when we started this, it was individuals or families that could be part of it to make it into where you could have a company health plan that is using this model and more people can access it and have an administrator. Because some people I'm like that. I just hate having to deal with this stuff, that if we have somebody in the front office that says, this is our plan, this is how it's going to work, and they can tell you, this is how we're going to save you money, even better.
Right. I mean, we already have several companies that have been using our regular corporate membership, which is a separate product that we have that doesn't include the whole insurance package. Right. And that's a great way to provide most of the care that most of the employees need. And even if people have insurance through another, spouse's employer or whatever, this is a good way to get the primary care and avoid using that deductible on the other plan. We have that, so we have what we're glad about having is a range of options, from just the corporate membership to the insurance-based plan too.
And you were talking about the steel company saving $5 million a year just on what they were doing, and their employees saving close to $2 million a year on what they were doing. You and I were talking is that doesn't even really quantify the money that's being saved because people are being more active or taking advantage of these plans and taking care of their health better. So, down the road, you're seeing the savings just from not having to go and have the issues that you're going to the doctor for.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that they were able to keep the premiums level for 7 straight years suggests that they're, getting on top of issues and preventing them from, snowballing into something worse in the future. So yeah, it's really a powerful concept.
Obviously, this is out to June 5th, so we have a little bit of time, but I would think people would want to be able to sign up and reserve those spaces, because you said it is limited.
Yeah, we only have about 35 spots there, so what we're really looking for are the people who are going to be the decision makers, who really need to get informed on this and understand how these kind of programs work and understand that it's safe. I mean, this is not, you don't have to have 100 employees or 200 employees or 500 employees to be able to do this. There's stop-loss insurance policies that can enable a company with as few as 10 employees to really put in a really good plan that can save significantly. So we're looking for the owners, for school board members, for superintendents, for local government officials, for union leaders, for people who are responsible for the health plan for any organization to come and check it out. And they can go to our website at healthcare.health/SYHP, or there's a blog post about it where they can see about it. So it's a chance where they can reserve their spot, and then we'll follow up and get them signed up.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fascinating. I'm sure you'll fill this up pretty quickly. And just knowing you and talking to Dr. David, that you're not going to strong arm anybody. You're not put the arm twist on them. You're just like, here's the information. Make your own decision, but you will show them that you should explore this further.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a high pressure thing whatsoever. It's just when we held the event in September last year, it was kind of a little bit too close to the end of the year because people were already kind of substantially making some plans. So I was really thrilled that we got 2 plans, 2 companies signed up to use that plan already. So now's a great time when you're not in the midst of thinking about it's just when you're at the start of exploring, so what's going to happen next year with my renewal, that gives you a chance to take time and consider it, because this is just the first step. It's learn about it, see how others have done it, and then if you're interested, set up a consultation to be able to see what we could do with your particular situation.
It's fantastic. I would hope people spread the word, talk to your HR director, or whoever is kind of your point of contact for your health plan at your business, and say, we need to explore this. I mean, everybody knows every time you turn around, it seems everybody's taking a bigger bite out of your wallet. You're trying to do the opposite and at least stop the bite from getting bigger.
Right, exactly. We think it can reduce at least hold steady the payments and reduce the need to have increases, and more taken out of the paycheck for sure. So
short-term savings, long-term, who knows? I mean,
right, building a stable future instead of being whipsawed all the time.
You can find out more. Just go to your website or give you a call, and you'll pass on the information.
Go to healthcare.health or 507-279-2345.
All right, perfect. Great information. Look forward to visiting with you next month.
Thanks, John.